Hey, what's going on, everybody? So in today's video, I want to give a shout out to Zach W. Zach left a comment saying you should do a video about being a male in the plant game, hashtag Plantdads. And I thought that was interesting. So in today's video, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about that a little bit. And then right after that, I want to show you some new plants that I purchased and some updates on a few things I got going on around here. So stay tuned. So in the United States, casually collecting common house plants has been displayed for the most part as activities that women do. I mean, when I looked on YouTube like years ago, I would see mostly women doing these activities because it was associated with home decor and just, decorating the space. So I believe that there is some type of stigma there that collecting houseplants together is more of a feminine activity, or it's for, women, arranging flowers and decorating the space. I've gotten comments on my videos like, it's good to see a guy who actually likes plants. Like, I've never seen a guy light up when he sees, certain plants that he likes. I've seen comments like that, so I know that that stigma is there. But I'll tell you, it was a guy who actually got me into collecting houseplants. My own cousin, who's a real father himself, he's the one who kind of got me into the whole hobby of it. And I also want to give a shout out to Christian over at Crazy Plant Guy. I think that's his YouTube channel. And Gerard's horticulture, Gerard over there at Horticultural Culture. And Lithius from Roots Ready. Those are the guys on YouTube who have inspired me to even do videos about my plants, because, there wasn't a lot of people around me. I don't want to just be that nerd, just talking to my friends about plants when they're not really into it just yet. So some of the reactions that I get from people, in real life who see my plant collection or they come over to the house, there's some girls who come over here, kick it, and they see, that I have a lot of plants. And sometimes the reaction is pretty much neutral, or it's kind of like uninterested. They'll say like, oh, why do you have so many? And then like some of the homies, some of my male friends, if they're over, they may not collect plants, but they'll see something that they've never seen before, and they're like, oh, damn, wow, like that looks dope. They're interested in certain plants that they've never seen before, So the reaction is mixed. So another thing I want to say, like, I think that I have been influential to other guys in getting plants. I will say that. I know there's a lot of guys that I know, they know that I have the hobby of collecting plants and doing, trying to get the rare plants and the whole Pokemon gotta catch them all situation. And even though they don't collect plants, some of my homies will text me pictures of a cool plant that they've seen. So that lets me know that they do have an interest, if they're out and about at stores, or if they're at certain places out there in California and they see something cool and they'll text me a picture like, hey, you know what this is? Have you seen this and whatnot? So they're showing the interest, and that lets me know that that whole stigma is kind of going away, and collecting plants is cool for everybody of all ages, all races. So I don't know what else to say when it comes to the topic of plant dads. Being a male in the plant game is cool. It doesn't pose any specific challenges. I know when it comes to YouTube, being a male in the plant game, I think maybe it puts me at an advantage. Because, hey, I'm a young black guy on YouTube talking about plants. There's not a lot of us out there. So, maybe if I pop up on someone's suggested YouTube screen, maybe they'll click like, let me see what this guy's talking about, because, I don't fit a lot of the profiles of other people on YouTube that are actually talking about plants and being kind of hardcore into collecting specific species. So maybe that's a thing, but leave a comment in the comment section on this topic of, being a male who collects plants. But overall, I think that collecting actual species of plants and being into that specific species of plant, I think it's I think it's just so dope. And this whole hobby altogether is just letting everyone know, like, hey, it's okay to be yourself. Like, there's no stereotypes going on here. Like, the world is gonna have all kind of challenges in the future, but just being yourself and being comfortable with being yourself is not gonna be one of them, because it's 2022 and we're seeing more acceptance. We're seeing more just freedom of people just not having their mind and bondage, feeling like, oh, I have to be this way or I have to be that way, or this group of people does that or this group of people does this. Like, it's a freelance world, and we all got to be ourselves. So yeah, that's that on that. I really don't know what else to say. So I am looking forward to your comments on this topic. So the next thing I want to show y'all, a little something that I just made, I would say about like an hour ago. And what I'm going to show y'all, you plant dads out there, this actually makes a good Mother's Day gift. Plant moms too, everybody. Like, you can do something like this, and I feel like it makes a good Mother's Day gift, because Mother's Day is coming up. And what I'm actually trying to do for Mother's Day is get over to my mom's house and show you her plant collection. So it'll be my first tour of someone else's plant collection, if she will let me. Mom, if you're watching, let me come up in there and show these people your plants, okay? So what we have right here is an arrangement. So this pot, I had a bonsai project that I was about to do, but that's officially canceled, and I decided to take various plants that I just had sitting around outside neglected and made this arrangement. So if you look in here, we have some type of Sansevieria. We have various succulents. We have a variegated wellfin and a Hoya Australis Lisa. And in my garage, I had that big lava rock and some type of moss pole. The moss pole is pretty cool because it's bendable, so I bend it in some type of corkscrew pattern. So, if y'all remember my plant pest video, do y'all remember Plumani Eye? Y'all remember he got jumped by some thrips. Plumani Eye, he ain't got thrips no more. He's been through several neem oil treatments, and this was the leaf that had, let me see, it had damage along there. The damage seemed to have disappeared. And this is the new leaf that just came out perfectly. So the new leaf went ahead and came out bigger than this last leaf. And I'm loving this plant. Like, I feel like it grows pretty neatly. I do have it staked up with a couple sticks because these leaves are heavy. By the way, I do like the Plumani Eye better than the Mame because the leaves are just a little bit thicker. I had a Mame and I sold it, I believe. But this is the Plumani Eye. Went through some pest damage, but it just bounced back like it wasn't nothing. Has nice silver sheen to it, big pillowy leaves. The leaves are just a little bit thicker. Yeah, I love it. And we have some new growth going on here. So that's what's going on with the Plumani Eye. I just had to show y'all. Okay, so y'all know I've been getting my Hoya collection together. So this next plant I want to show you is the Hoya Elliptica. So I just got this one not too long ago, and I really like it. This Hoya has like a turtle shell pattern on it, and it grows really fast. Like this one, I think I bought it with only 3 leaves on it, and since I've had it, it's grown like immediately. And I'll tell you one thing that I've learned about Hoyas now that I'm starting to collect a lot of those is that if you water it as soon as the soil gets dry, it'll keep working for you. It'll keep growing and putting out new leaves. And high humidity keeps them active also. So that's what I learned about Hoyas. I know that you do have to know where the specific species comes from. I know like if you have like highland Hoyas that come from higher up in the hills or the mountains, they can actually tolerate cold and they like the drop in temperature at night. So a lot of those Carnosa type Hoyas, they do well for me outside because, you know, at night the temperature gets pretty cold and they grow just fine. So, you know, kind of research when you get a lot of the Hoyas. If you're a Hoya head and you're really into them, you know, you kind of want to know exactly what region, what country. Does it come from, you know, Malaysia? Does it come from India, wherever? So you can kind of gauge the care for yourself, you know. But overall, with all of them, watering as soon as the substrate gets dry has really worked for me, and I'm just finding that they grow quick and they're just about bulletproof. Like I recommend them to beginners, anybody. But this is the Hoya Elliptica. And I'm feeling it. Next Hoya I'll show you real quick is Hoya Botanica. So someone told me that this one will sun stress really easily. So I'm waiting for that. And the cool thing about this one is this one was free. This I guess on Etsy when I was purchasing one of my Hoyas, they say you get a free mystery cutting. This was the mystery cutting. So Hoya, oh, it's dripping on me. Come on, damn. Hoya Botanica. So this is the leaf that grew in my care. When I got it, it was just a cutting with these 2 leaves, and this one just grew. So like I said, in my last video, I showed you all what fertilizer I use. So I kind of just sit this one in a cup of water with fertilizer, and this is the kind of leaf that it produced, contrary to the leaves that the cuttings had, you know. So I really believe that my care and the fertilizer that I'm using is really making a difference in these Hoyas. So this next Hoya that I'm gonna show y'all, I'm excited about because this was one of my wish list Hoyas. And I don't think that I've showed you all this Hoya, but we have right here the Hoya Caudata, aka Hoya Claudette Ortiz. Yes, she's in the building. This is actually the Hoya Caudata Silver Splash. Look at that. This is one of my wish list Hoyas. Look at, you know, got the whole little unorthodox leaf shape, and we getting some crazy silver splash on there. This is a new leaf that grew in my care. It's not even hardened off yet, so I'm not even sure how big this one is gonna get. But when I got it, it was just these 2, and then it just started to, I think it already had this tendril, and then this leaf grew off of that tendril. But I don't think y'all understand how excited I am about this Hoya right here. Like, fire. Claudette is in the building. Yeah. So the next plant I'll show you, this is Alocasia scalprum. Hold on, let me. Yeah, Alocasia scalprum. So this one is pretty cool. The mature form of this looks crazy. It looks really dope. It gets like a long lance leaf type of Alocasia, and it has like a cool little texture to it, if you can see that off to the side. So it has a new growth point right there. So this one, as soon as I got it into my house, it already started pushing out this growth point. And I didn't get this one maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago. So yeah, love it. So right here we have a pot of 2 different apicias. I think that's the name of the plant. These are kind of well known as terrarium plants, but I've been growing these in every type of condition. I had it downstairs, I had it upstairs, and it grew. So you know what? I've had this one for a year. So this type of apicea, I think it puts off like an orange flower. I actually got this at the Ecuagenera pop-up. There was a booth next to the Ecuagenera pop-up that was last month, I believe, and it's called Verdant Vivariums. I'll put the name of it on there, but they have a lot of Hoyas and terrarium plants, and that's where I got this one from. And it's already starting to grow. It's putting off these little runners. So this is gonna be, I mean, right now I'm not too excited about this. I mean, it does, you know, these plants do have like an iridescent type leaf, and they have like a really nice looking flower. I'm not really into flowers, but when it comes to Hoyas, I'm into flowers because the flower is kind of like the reward, and it's letting you know that, you know, your Hoya is a beast. But for this one, I think that this one is very generous with giving out flowers once it gets mature. So it'll be a nice little look. But yeah, I'll probably like it a lot more once it starts to trail more. So we getting some new growth in there, and these will just expand, and it'll put off these little runners that will trail down and have these huge fuzzy leaves that has like a little iridescent sheen to it. So the Apicia, that's what this is, 2 different types. So the last thing I want to show y'all, if y'all looked at the when I first kicked things off making these plant videos, my first houseplant tour, y'all know I had these Philodendron white knight cuttings. So these are the cuttings, but something interesting is taking place right now with the mother plant. So I'm gonna turn this camera around and I'm gonna show y'all. So this is what's going on. Philodendron white knight. Check that out. Come on now. So this plant has been growing amazingly. As you can see, I took the propagation. This is the cut from the propagations. So all of this is new growth since I did that plant tour. And this new leaf has tricolor. And yeah, it's on the top also. I looked down in there. It's on the top also. Let me see if I can get that on camera. So it's on the top. I'm about to have a leaf that has white, red, burgundy, green, and I think I saw some like silverish off-white pattern in there also. But tell me that is not crazy. I'm so excited about that. Yeah, so, you know, the price just went up. If I get a couple more leaves like this where it's getting multiple colors, that's so fire, and I'm excited about it. I mean, the rest of the plant doesn't have like a lot of variegation, but it is wild right here. So that's it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, and everybody stay blessed.